couple of games ago, we were fully in control. Had a chance to go, think about 11 points or 12 points clear, something like that. Had a chance to go the game after that, 10 points clear. Or 9 points clear, or I forget, but it's irrelevant now. Now, after United at the Emirates 3-2 loss, it's their first loss at the Emirates for I think 121 games or something like that. I don't know, I heard something like that. It was in the commentary. I think last time it was like they conceded, I think three. No. Last time they conceded three was against Luton, 121 games ago or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. Arsenal were in control. In some aspects, they were in control. They got ahead. But I mean, I'll break it down. Zuberman, in that first half, it was just one shot on target. Zubermendi's header, and I think it was a shot from Embuemo that he scored, but we'll get into it. 18 minutes, Zubermendi header, set piece, came in. Arsenal looked dangerous, setting the tempo of the game to actually try to get something out of that game. The goal comes on 29 minutes. Good play from Saka. Saka does very, very well. Gets the ball into the box. And surprisingly, I thought it was going to be probably Timber or Trossard, but I thought it was going to be Trossard or Jesus, but it was Timber in the box and putting pressure on Martinez. At first I thought Timber actually scored the goal, but it's come off Martinez's standing leg. It's deflected off one leg and gone off the back of the other. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. And I'm thinking, right, 1-0 to Arsenal. That statistic comes up. Arsenal, when they go ahead, 23 games, they always win. Well, that's what it looked like was going to happen. But the game goes on. And yes, 37 minutes. What I gotta say is, I know you got to play the ball around, you got to build up play and whatnot, but it was getting, at that point, it was getting a little bit obvious where if United actually pressed Arsenal, you were gonna get some fun out of it. But it was self-inflicted, that goal, mistake. And it was a pass that didn't get to the man. Didn't get to, I think it was trying to get to Saliba. And Embuemo cuts it out, did what he was required to do, hits it in the back of the net. Through that half, United had possession, but didn't do anything to hurt the defence. We handed it to him. Said, there you go. Score. And he did. Goes in 1-1. Second half. You would think Arsenal would come out the blocks, but no. United come out. United come out furious and wanting to win the game more. And they go through that 5-minute spell where they're pressing. On the 50 minutes mark, Dogu scores. Nice 1-2s in the pockets. And he kills it. Left foot comes off on the bar. Yes, it has a he comes off his hand or arm. It does. I understand that. I can see in terms of football, you don't want that kind of goal to be disallowed. But I can understand probably if I was in the Champions League or probably at Euro international, it'd probably get disallowed. It would, but yeah, it's frustrating. But I'm not gonna look at that goal to actually say it shouldn't be allowed, even though he's hit his arm. It can go either way. It can go either way. It went Manchester United's way. Fair enough. On we go. On we go. After that, 53 minutes, Arsenal started. After started, 8 minutes, started to play, started to get a grip of the game, started to try to do something. The press. And this is the first game I think they're trying to press and trying to get something out of the game. You don't see in that time many times any chasing the game. But they were pressing, and they got their reward from a corner. 58 minutes, Saka, corner, right hand side, comes in, is pinballing all over the place. Marino pokes it home, tries to get cleared off the line, but it says 2-2. When it is 2-2, they're pressing. Arsenal are pressing. They're trying to. Sorry, that was on the 84th minute. That was on the 84th minute. At 58th minute, there was no substitutes in it. As a Marino, Ben White, Gyökeres come on. They come on. Odegaard, Jesus, Nketiah, Zubi, Mendy go off. And now they're trying, bringing the ball forward, trying to do something. In the 70th minute, there was a chance where Trossard takes the shot, and I think it was one of the defenders from Manchester United. He's going over. Yes, it's hit his hand. It's one of those things that can go either way. I can understand it why he hasn't been given, because of course when you're going to fall on your hand. You're going to fall. You're going to put your hand out. So I can understand that. I've seen them given. I've seen them not given. It would have been asked, but it wasn't given. Move on. Trossard goes off. Madueke comes on. On the 76th minute. Saka goes off the left-hand side. Madueke goes on the right-hand side, and straight away when Madueke comes on, he's crying, he's running. But the frustrating thing is in this team, these players can run all you want, but it was getting so frustrating to the point where it was obvious. Nothing is going to happen. Side to side. Of course, okay, I've explained before, Marino does score on the 84th minute. But of course, if you're looking at this, you already know what happens. 2 minutes, 59 seconds later, before that, in between that, Arsenal pushing forward, trying to get a winner. And they concede. Cunha brilliantly slots it through, and he slots it away. 3-2. Yeah, it was a little bit comical the way when Cunha, I have to say, when he came on. I mean, he looked like a little bit of a crybaby when he'd go down and he would take his time to get back up. And then when he did go down and he thought had a foul, I think it was from Marino, and he was like kind of taking a little bit of a tantrum. Found that a little bit, yeah, hilarious. But yeah, after that, it was 7 minutes stoppage time at the 90th minute, and yeah, I'm saying, plus someone played the ball forward. Seriously, play the ball forward. Play the ball forward. Nah. Side, 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 side. Run forward with the ball. Side, back, back to the goalkeeper. Forward, side, side, side. There was only for a few opportunities where they did play the ball forward, and it was a good move, and it was cut out. Gyökeres had a chance right at the end, but apparently he was given off for a foul. Okay, fair enough. Ball was crossed in deep. Gabriel was given a foul by Gabriel. He tried to get on a header late on. But I have to say, this game, Arsenal went ahead. It was their game to lose. Arsenal's game to lose, and Manchester United's game to gain something out of this game. We handed it, the first goal to him, we handed it on to him, played for him. That's down to us. That's down to us. We lost that game because the attack, the creativity is not there. The creativity is not there, and it's obvious. It's obvious. Everyone knows creativity is not there. It's just side to side. It's annoying. You can put anyone in that defense. It'll be so easy to clear up. It's hilarious. Jesus did do a little bit here and there, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It was. And like I said from the beginning, 2 games ago, it could have been 13 points clear. Last game ago, could have been 10 points clear. But you got a 0-0 draw against Liverpool. You got that 0-0 draw against Nottingham Forest. You had your opportunity. You had your opportunity, and you blew it. You blew it. Because eventually you're going to lose games and whatnot. You're going to lose games and whatnot. The fundamental problem with this team is the attack. It's not going together. It's obvious what's going to happen. The ball's going to come in. When the ball comes in, there's meant to be a killer in the middle of the park, in the middle of that striking position that gets onto the end of it. It's similar to what Man City do. They get the ball wide, Doku, Semenyo, Haaland comes in, he finishes it. This is what we lack, and what is actually hindering this team, the way that it functions. I hardly did anything when he came on. Not that I can anything to take note of. Marino did get the goal. He did have one other chance. It went wide. Ben White did try. Ben White was really trying. Gyökeres did get a few chances here and there. He did, but it wasn't enough. Not good enough. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're buying the league and this and that. Well, they kind of are, really. Because when you get these games, when it comes down to it, it's 3 games. Out of 9 points, you've only got 2. You had the chance to stretch it, you didn't. And from the start of this week, it was 7 points. City won their game, made it 4. We had the chance to win, put it back to 7. We didn't do that. We didn't do our job. So we only have ourselves to blame. The players weren't good enough. When you make a mistake in a high-profile match in the Premier League, you will be punished. You will be punished. And that's what happened. We made a mistake. We gave them this and this. We gave them the keys, and they took the keys. They took the keys. They took the advantage. Yes, okay, at that time it was 1-1, but you gave them the momentum. I'm a believer. When you give a team a momentum, the wheel starts spinning. The momentum's with them, and when the momentum's with them, with the team or whoever it is, whether it's with us or with another team, it is very difficult to stop. It's very difficult to stop. We couldn't stop it. We couldn't handle it, and we weren't good enough, especially in attack and creating. And Arteta has got to look at himself. He's got to look at himself. I do blame the players. I mean, it's not Arteta's fault that Zubimendi makes that pass and it doesn't get to, I think he was trying to get to Saliba. It's not his fault. He can't actually calculate that that's going to happen. But I think it's happened before, something like that, earlier this season. Disappointing, yes, but it's one of those games when you, like I said, when you make a mistake, and you hand another team a goal, you're already on the back foot. You're already on the back foot. It's because you're already given them an advantage. So to win a game like that, to win a game in that condition, is very difficult. Very difficult. Even though it was 1-1, even though it was half time. But I have to give a credit to United. They put it on Arsenal. They put it on us, and they deserve to get something out of that game. They deserve to get something out of the game. They deserve, if it was a draw, it would have probably balanced out. But they deserve the win. I'm not going to take that away from them. They deserve to win. And probably after this, Carrick will probably get the job, and yeah. But that's a different story. This is now Arsenal. 4 points clear, yes. But in the last 3 games, you ain't done enough. You haven't done enough. And I think the only reason why you are top is because other teams haven't done enough. So, yeah, that's the truth. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You need to do better. If you're serious to win this league, you need to do better. And there's going to be a lot of people saying that, oh yeah, they're 8 points clear. You've seen Liverpool pull away. You've seen City pull away in the last few years from those positions. We don't do that. Arsenal don't do that. We don't do that because, unlike City and Liverpool, their potency in their attack. Yes, they only got Haaland. Yeah, but he's potent. He finishes. When Liverpool used to do it, they had Salah, they had Mane, or even last year they had Salah, and he was potent. Get a goal, yeah, attack, goal, done. You need that. If you don't have that and you don't do that, you can't be surprised if you don't win the league. You can't be surprised if you don't win the league. And you need, if you don't have that, and if you do win the league, you're very fortunate to win the league if you're not actually being potent enough in front of goal. How on earth have you gone? I think it was 2 shots on target in that game. I have to check this, but it definitely was 1 shot on target for either side in the first 45 minutes, in the first half. But I have to check this because that's embarrassing itself. You're at home. You're not away. You're at home. Even if it was away, you need to actually create more. You need to do more. and you haven't. You haven't. Do you deserve this loss? I wouldn't say maybe deserve this loss, but when you actually caveat that from the chances they created and try to get on target to making that mistake, what do you expect? What do you expect? I think that's like the fifth or sixth own goal. Fifth or sixth own goal this season is that they were fortunate to get. But yes, that's the reality. The reality is they've lost this game 3-2. It's their first loss this season at home. I think the third this season because you say Liverpool at Anfield and then you got the Aston Villa game late on, Buendia, and now you got this one. It's not over, but if you're going to actually do something this season, you need to pull your socks up, pull your finger out, and you need to actually do more up front, because we've only been actually leading this league because we've been doing so well defensively. Defensively, we've been very, very good. That's the reason why. And you have games like this where it will be unexpected. Like Aaron Arrow said, you didn't expect them to concede 3 goals today. But it was one of those things. It happens. Everyone makes mistakes. But if you make mistakes, you gotta be good enough to take an advantage on the other end. Because if you don't, you'll drop points like this. And that's what's actually cost them. You're not good enough up front. You're not good enough up front. Trossard, I think had a few, he was in and out of the game. Saka had a really good game. He was trying to do something. Jesus was okay in parts, but like I said, he's not good enough. Not good enough. Someone you need, if you're not scoring up front, you gotta have one of those killers in the midfield that are gonna get you those goals, that are gonna get you those chances, that are gonna do something. You're relying on Rice to do something, you're relying on Zubimendi to do something, but I'm thinking with this creativity in this team, you got Eze on the pitch, not for the first time. Look, even in the Nottingham Forest game, you had Eze on the pitch, you had Marino on the pitch, you had, Saka came on. You got that creativity, but again, it's just side to side. I'm like, someone take a risk. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's frustrating, but the reality is they're on top of the league. Yeah, I'm not saying that just to be. I'm saying that deflated, really. They are on top of the league, but unless they actually build momentum or do something about it, they ain't gonna be on top of the league for long. It's gonna be like same old story. Like everyone is saying, they need to do something. Do something. Play better up front. Do something. Something has to give up front. Because you're not going to be, you can't get away with this through the course of the season. Yes, you looks good off sometimes, but you need to do better. And you have to do better, or you won't win this league. But what you guys think? I mean, I think I've said everything I need to say. What you guys think? Let's leave your comments in the comment section. Smash that like button, hype, subscribe, you know that, all that stuff, all that good stuff, and yeah, disappointed. On we go.